running in circles, getting dizzy. Welcome back to Let's Play Secret Mana, guys. I'm going to check for another cutscene here in the end while we're here. One thing I noticed that's kind of weird about this, though, is that there are some inns that don't have space for the characters to hang out. Like it does here, it's got a table.
That's a witch's castle.
What's the deal with castles anyway? Is every meal a feast like people say? Are there beds as big as boats? These inns don't have enough space, that's all I'm saying. I think I'm cut out for the high life.
Speak of the devil.
Not sure how much you like it.
You people have no idea. Palace life is not fun.
You okay?
No! Harsh words, sis. You want to crush my dreams that badly?
People from the palace only think about their own status. Everything is for the sake of the realm. No one ever stops to think about how the rest of us feel. Who wants to marry into that kind of oppression? And what a crybaby! No one ever told that jerk no. One little slight and he went crying to his daddy. Everything was about him. What a narcissist. That pampered kid is nothing like Diluc. Diluc's a responsible soldier who wouldn't blame others for his mistakes. The nobility are selfish. Diluc always asked me how my day was, or brought me flowers. Not like some people. What a loser! Ah!
Sounds like sis had it rough.
A witch's castle would be way different from what she's used to anyway.
Oh, there you go. And Secret Mana being relevant here in 2018. But yeah, like the inn that you stay in Matango, the one with the really comfortable beds that I fell asleep imagining myself in them. That's not, anyway, that inn doesn't have enough space for the characters to stand, so if you sleep at that inn, you actually can't get a cutscene. And there comes like a really long point in time where you go through a lot of the game without being able to see any cutscenes because the inns don't have space to accommodate him. So it's kind of weird. Wait, what am I doing here again? Oh yeah. Oh, I said I was going to grind magic in between episodes. I never did it. I don't think I'll need to. We will kind of get caught up here in the meantime. Let's take a gander at Mystic Invasion here. So what I can do now is I can actually assign freeze to a shortcut. Like this. Then, without even having to go into the menu, I can just be standing here and be like, hey, I'm gonna cast a spell. Boom. Now, I don't know if they like updated the game to where you could just now do that, because I tried to do that before. I knew you could set items to hotkeys before, and I did that. But I tried to do it with spells before, and it didn't work. So I'm assuming that, like, either I just was crazy or something. Because you can do it with items too, like if you want to assign candy, you just put it over here, and then boom. So you can really only assign 2 shortcuts, but it's something, you know? So what I'd rather do, though, is actually assign Cure Water to the shortcut. But that makes grinding magic a hell of a lot easier. You just set whatever spell you want to a shortcut, and away you go. It's no problem. Boom, suck it! These chestnuts are just about as bad as they were before. Very tricky little boogers they are. So much easier to get around here. There we go. Yeah, this palace was never really hard in the first one, so it's not going to be too much of a deal to get through it here. Oh, speaking of which, it's might be a good time to pull out the Cure Water. Healing Power of Undies! I was watching Gerard stream this last night, and everybody in the chat was like saying it too, so it's not just my imagination. Well, people were saying it in my chat too, actually, when I streamed part of it. So, It's pretty funny. Just once you hear it, you can't unhear it. Yeah, it's a fairly linear dungeon aside from that first room. It's kind of just walk through to the end. I was watching an interesting video about Ocarina of Time and how, because I never noticed it before, but like the dungeons in that game, at least the locked doors, there's not a single time that you ever actually have to pick which locked door to take. It's always just one locked door and then the next locked door is behind that one, and so on and so forth. So even in like a really complicated dungeon like the Water Temple, it's still mostly pretty linear once you figure out what to do. Anyway, here we go. A whip again. Whippica. I kind of like the animation in the first one though, where when it whips, or when you whip, they kind of tug on it a little bit before they pull themselves across. Like they know it's going to be dangerous, you know, so they have to make sure they're totally safe. What are you casting on me over there? Oh jeez, oh jeez. Yeah, I love being able to dodge attacks, but I hate that there's still knockback when you do it, you know. It's not knockback, it's more like stepping out of the way, still though. It's like when a cat wants to wander up by your feet, you know. You're like, I just need to walk to the kitchen. Please? Please? No, anyway. It's a safe room here, we'll do it again here. Oops. Oh, I do that all the time, I don't know why. All you really have to do is press left just to target everybody, but also I'm gonna run out of magic real fast here. I'm sure not to be too liberal with that. Oh man, where'd you come from? Blue guys spawning out of nowhere. Get out of here. Yeah, that's right. Let's try that again.
Pure water.
Another really nice thing about this is that they show the MP actually on the HUD out here. So you can always see at all times what your MP is. You don't have to go into the menu and look there. So, and that's nice, just being able to look down and see what it is, you know. So if you're thinking about using that fairy walnut but you don't want to stop, or you're in the middle of battle and you think about it, you just glance down there and see, do I need it? Or will I need it pretty soon here? And you don't have to stop and look. You just know right away. So that helps a lot. I feel like there's enough improvements to the remake that if someone were to play this one first, say, and then like go back to play the other one, there's definitely things that they would miss about this one that they would say, oh, well the old one sucks because you can't do this, you can't do that, you can't dash indefinitely practically, you can't see your MP. There would be stuff that would come up and they would say, oh wow, you can only swing in 4 directions. You can't hotkey your spells, you have to go into the menu every time. It's just little things, you know.
Hey, hang on, hold up! You can't just barge in here. The Great Gnome ain't gonna let pipsqueaks on his turf. Now scram!
What a lot of hot air. Why don't you scram?
Yeah, I'll teach you a lesson.
Ha! Take this!
Why, you little... Uh-oh, I'm out of here.
Look, there's something back there.
Something back there. And all of a sudden we're in this room. It's one thing I would have liked, even though I understand totally why they didn't do it, because it would have been a lot of work. But I would have kind of liked to see more, like, a transition to show, like, what this boss room actually is, like, how it... I don't know, just how it connects to the room we were just standing in. Like, imagine maybe the camera does a 180 and turns around to behind you where you couldn't see, and then that room somehow connects to this one. And there'd be like a big camera transition and be like, oh yeah, now you're in this room, now you're back here. It's so much easier to cast spells now. But even at level 0, this will have no problem taking care of him. At level 1, it would be doing about double the damage. There's no need for us to do that. Oh, well actually... I don't have any Cups of Wishes, do I? Well, I think that's something. Guess I better start charging my sword.
Keep it coming.
Yep, there you go. See, it's not a problem. See, I should have gotten scared there. In the original, if that had happened after you cast 2 level 0 spells, you'd be scared. And you'd also be screwed. Not so here. And then it just warps you back out of this room. Like, how is that room connected to this? Well, wait a minute, no. Alright, well, we're back here. So I guess this room is connected to what's ahead, but... Oh, there you are.
What a relief! Good thing you guys are strong. That oaf was always bugging me. Sorry, I kinda let loose on you guys in frustration. No hard feelings?
I'll show you hard feelings. Swear your loyalty to me, and maybe, just maybe, I'll forgive. Otherwise, I'll throw you to my vicious bodyguard.
Please, forgive me. I'll be your servant. I'll do anything.
Hey, who are you calling your bodyguard?
I know when I've met my match. Call on me anytime. I'll be there. Now, close your eyes, boss. Now both you and the missus over there can summon me.
Excuse me? Since when were we an item?
I like your style, gnome.
Well, that's that. Be seeing ya.
Yeah, I know Mrs. is like more...
We gotta get to the mana seed.
I guess Mrs. is more the term you would expect people to have used back then, or whatever, whenever this takes place. But I still think wife is funnier. It's more shocking when you think about the sprite having a wife, like, oh god. A Mrs., well that's not such a stretch.
Come on.
Kalkiti.
Ooh, my head. Ow.
You okay?
Hang in there.
Sorry, I drifted off there.
Give me a break.
Hey, don't get ants in your pants. While I was asleep, my past came back to me. I lived in the forest in the Upperland. So it's decided. That's where we gotta go. I'll let you hang out with me until we get back to my home. You're welcome.
Gee, thanks.
What a treat. Never forget that sprite of the Randy looking disgusted or whatever. Like, I never noticed it, but you know, they were kind of... People were kind of assholes to each other a little bit in the original. Like when Luca tries to reach you at the witch's house, he's like, "Now what's the matter?" It's like, dude, that's the first time she's tried to interrupt anything that you were doing. But he acts like she's such a bother or something, you know? Oh, you know what? I guess we can just power rope out of here. Yeah, I guess the magic rope animation is a little underwhelming. I mean, even the Super Nintendo one actually surprisingly looked like a rope unraveling when you used it, you know? And in this one...
Can you hear me?
Oh. Now what's the matter?
Gemma has not returned from Pandora yet. Something must have happened. I sense evil in the Pandora Ruins. Perhaps you can look into it and find out what's keeping Gemma.
Luca's right. We need to get to the Pandora Ruins on the double.
You got it. I kind of like that, though. They added that little cutscene in there to kind of direct you to go to Pandora, because before, you didn't really know. It was kinda, I mean, it was always kind of in the back of your head, I guess. Before, you would just kind of have to wander over there, you know, and happen across the dungeon. I don't remember if there was something that...
Seeing Elena's true form gave me a new respect for magic power.
No kidding. She acted so young despite her real age.
Hey, bro?
I think Prim just shakes her head through this whole cutscene.
What?
This Eleni witch wasn't always so scary, right?
Nope, she wasn't.
No, I heard she was a typical old lady before.
Nope, she wasn't.
Then it was the magic that made her into a terrifying bad guy, right?
Nope, it wasn't.
Hear me out. What if someone who was mean from the start got their hands on that kind of magic?
Nope, that could never happen.
I guess they do even more harm out in the world.
No, they wouldn't.
Right? Then what would happen if Sis managed to get more magic powers?
That would never happen.
Whoa, better not think about it. There's no way we'd manage to defeat something so sinister.
Nope, you wouldn't.
What are you guys implying?
Oh, there she goes. Yeah, this would be a pretty interesting game to speedrun, because I don't know if you can do the bugs. I know, like, in the original, there were a lot of weird bugs you could exploit to get charged shots out of weapons when you weren't supposed to have them charged that far or something.
I've been waiting.
So, like, if you couldn't do that, you know, then what would you have to do? But I could see you being able to take advantage of the dashing to get a really good speedrun out of this. But then, consequently, you'd also have, because of not having the bug exploit, you probably have to level a little bit to actually survive. I always, you know, tell myself I want to watch speedruns of games like that, like Earthbound. I mean, that's gotta be a fascinating speedrun to watch. There'd be so much RNG involved in something like that, though. Just getting around the first boss, you know. Yeah, now that I really think about it, it probably would actually be pretty boring, but we're having a better dash this time. Yeah, I've noticed a lot of times when I leave the characters behind and just run ahead, they almost never seem to get hurt when I do that, so... It seems like maybe they just can't get hurt as long as they're off the screen, which is probably good. But at the same time, that's definitely... that definitely helps you a lot, though. If you're just running away from battle, you can also do that in dungeons and they don't get hurt there either.
Welcome.
So if you know your way around the dungeon...
You sure? Try not to open yourself up to mischief while you're there. Just pop yourself into the back.
You got it. So Pandora, well, okay, they did an interesting... Well, you know what, maybe I should just talk about that when we get there. Oh, my back itches. Not sure what's going on back there. Yeah, this is not going to be a very long LP. This only takes about 18 hours to beat the game, and when you add in stuff I cut out, whether it's like magic grinding or whatever, it's pretty good. So what I was about to say there is, in the original, this is another thing that I think is an improvement. In the original Fana, or in this game it's actually Pamela, which is actually her original name, apparently, in the Japanese version or whatever. She's like a gatekeeper here.
What's the matter? You're acting strange.
In the original, she was just walking around, and you had to just happen to talk to her to advance the plot here. So I like that they put her here so that, you know, you wouldn't be stuck not knowing what to do.
She disappeared.
Because I know that happened in Argon Matrix's LP, his blind LP. And it's just one of those little things, you know. But the fact that they would fix something like that, and yet they would leave the rings... The thing with the rings, though, is I think that in Second Detective 3 they actually go the other way, too. The same way that they go in this.
They say
So maybe that's why they let him...
Sacrificed. Pretty neat, huh?
You're going to be what? Pamela! Snap out of it!
Stop whining. Just leave me alone.
Paseanella? No.
Hey, Pamela! Pamela! What are you guys
Kinda can't help
doing?
but see it when you look at her name, huh?
We have to hurry, or Pamela's a goner! Dialog's supposed to be there too.
Yep, he definitely is. So I guess, well, no, we'll be okay. Plus I got a magic refill, so that's good. Just gonna try not to consume too much magic here. Look out, it's zombies. So we're already up to a better grinding spot, if you were to grind here, than what I was using before when I grinded up to level 92 and it took 3 months. If I'd done that here... Well, to be honest, if I'd done it here, it probably wouldn't have been any faster, because it's harder to get to the monsters to actually kill them, whereas the thing that's so great about my grinding setup was just the fact that I could get to monsters quickly. And, you know, kill them and whatever. These swords are a lot easier to hit this time. I remember these being a real pain in the ass before. So, kinda nice to see. I also like the sound when you hit an enemy, it just... Whoosh, it just feels like you're really... lapping them or something. These guys are pretty hard to hit, unless of course you just want to use magic. Ah, there it is. Sometimes there's a little bit of a delay on the magic damage showing up. Wow, 2 zombies just out of the blue. I don't mind, that's a good experience, man. Yeah, usually, I mean, it was kind of the same in the original. Well, in the original, though, the magic damage always kind of bypassed any other damage that had accumulated over the course of the magic animation. But in this one, it's a little different. So sometimes you might cast a spell, and then you'll see miss, and you think, oh, did the magic miss? Can that do that in this game? No, it doesn't. Magic doesn't miss. It just looks like it does a couple times. Also, I definitely don't mind hanging out here and just killing some zombies. besides it's fun. Yeah, this music didn't get changed around too much. Some of the other music did, and this one definitely didn't. I'm not sure why I'm exploring so much, just because I like to. Besides, good experience to be gained out here. You're still alive over there? Oh man, what's he trying to cast? Oh, he's got Moon Saber. Okay, Moon Saber. That's an interesting spell, it always was. Basically, Moon Saber adds the drain effect to your attack, so if you hit something, you gain whatever HP you took from it. So it's kind of like an alternate healing spell, really. It's pretty handy, actually. I never used it that much, but maybe I should have. Just the problem is, if you hit the wrong type of enemy, you end up healing them and take the HP away from yourself, and something like a zombie, you probably wouldn't want to do that. Sometimes you don't always know what's undead and what's not. Sometimes it's really obvious, but other times, maybe not so much. Like books and stuff. I don't know, I'm trying to think of an example, because I know they're out there. Oh, there's more chest knights. Oh, we've seen these already, so I'm just gonna boy past them. Zombies, chains, swords. I'm just gonna run through this room here. It's only a matter of time before I started doing this. This is why I like it though, you just run forever, man. You might as well be able to run forever, it's pretty much the same. I know this room is a dead end, I just want to see it. It's the glowy candles. Just think of how many players probably never seen this room, or never will see it. Or maybe haven't seen it in like 10 years because they're so used to not coming in here because they know there's nothing here. You know, so then in the remake they'd probably skip the room too and they wouldn't see these beautiful candles, man. Pretty cool how you can see the clouds here too. I don't know what you call those kind of effects, but they're cool. I'd never heard of the company that does the effects for this game. I forget what it is. It says in the credits, and I remember thinking that's a really weird name. But also, whoever they were, they did a good job. The spells in this game, I'll tell you, they look pretty good. Yeah, I was saying the music didn't really change too much here. It's a little quieter than it was before. But that seems to be the case for a lot of the songs, really. Well, it's not for a lot of them what they'll do is like they start out quiet and then they get more anthemic or epic or whatever later on. How's it going, Than?
Thanatos, I presume.
He looks more human than I imagined.
Indeed.
Like in the original, I just imagined him as a skull on a human body, because that's kind of what he looked like.
I've heard much about you. You have beaten LNA, which means you are no ordinary fools.
Hand over Pamela and Diluc, and stop whatever you're doing to the people of the kingdom.
You tell that asshole.
How amusing. You show some spirit, at least. I suppose this is the Pamela to whom you were referring. Unfortunately for you, I've already drained her energy. She's now my faithful servant.
How could you?
Sealed under this altar is the energy collected from the people. Resistance is a waste of time. Submit to the Empire now, or you too will face utter destruction. It's only a matter of time before all nations fall before the might of the fortress. Then there will be order. Without life force, no one has a chance against a might such as ours.
Oh, there he is.
He was a difficult one to crack. I hear LNA had a hard time with him, too.
The first time I played this, that dialogue appearing there was actually a surprise.
Could this soldier be... Things are becoming more interesting. You three are entertaining in your own way. I believe I'll take your energy as well.
That looks a little more shocking than it did before.
Your life force will be collected in that room. Don't struggle.
I also love the line, "Don't struggle." It just adds a lot more to the creepiness of it. Also, your sword kind of clips into it here, but oh well. Free hit! Oh man, I was about to attack there, man, and you just took it away from me. This might be a little bit of a pain in the ass, considering I haven't leveled up any magic here. Well, he's weak against Gnome. Smarter to just take out the eyes and do this the old-fashioned way. I think that's what I'm gonna do. Save my magic until after the eyes are gone. So then he's not sitting there healing himself and making this a really long fight. It's probably gonna be a little long, considering where our levels are at right now. Oh, there, he's dead. Now the right one. Also, get over there. Oh, yeah, that's why you want to get rid of this one first. Well, actually, I don't think it matters. It's the Revivifier's coming from the middle one. I should really probably be charging my weapon here. Yeah, the AI is pretty good about attacking the same enemy that you attack in the game. That's kind of how its default set up. It always attacks the one that you attack. You can change it if you want, like to support a specific character, although I can't foresee a lot of... Oh my god, that's like 2 times now he's done that. Well, let's do this. Let's go ahead and play it safe here. If I was smart, I probably would have... There we go. Okay, yeah, because once he revives them, they only come back with a little bit of HP. And that's kind of the secret here. Okay, now it's time to finish him off. With whatever we got. So, chaining magic. See, you can't do it right when the elemental disappears. You can do it pretty soon after that. Like, basically, just mash the button until it lets you cast the spell. Or just mash the button until you don't have any more HP. Or MP, rather. Oh wow, is he moving faster than usual? I don't remember. He's moving pretty fast. Did I even damage him at all there? Jeez. It's gonna be close, you guys. Stop missing. Uh-oh. This is why you level up your magic! Oh my god, he actually got me! Oh my god, that's the first time I've ever died! That is the first time I've ever died in this game. And one last look to remind you of your failure. There it is. Alright, now, Gnome this time. How fast we can cast this one. Well, you can still cast it pretty fast. Especially with the hotkey. So before, like in the original, you had to wait until you were in the menu to see if it was grayed out to where you could do it. Now you just mash the button until it lets you. And then, of course, finish him off the right way this time. Let's not charge the sword this time. You're taking too big of a chance there on missing. Which, I'll tell you what, you'll do a lot of. Critical hit. Hell yeah, get those crits in, my man. I'm not dying again here. I was gonna say. I don't think so. That was pretty close, though. A little too close for comfort. Hiya! Got a bow orb. Huh. Give me back my friends! I'm the real deal, you see.
So this child is the new wielder of the Mana Sword. How quaint. A ragtag bunch of kids playing around like they're the heroes of legend. I'll withdraw for the time being. You may have your village, but I will take these two.
No.
Wait! No! Stop!
Until we meet again.
Pretty good laugh. I gotta give him some credit. Of course, I guess I'd give him plenty, but
Oh,
hey.
hello. Where are we? Is Pamela here?
Where did I end up?
I don't know.
What have I been doing all this time? Please, inform the castle of this phenomenon.
Oh yeah, I'll get right on that.
My mind's still foggy.
Yeah, I bet it is.
Oh, no! How long have I been here? I have laundry to do.
Gemma!
Apologies. I let my guard down. Thanatos is one of the Empire's best and most fearsome generals. I had no idea they'd sent him. It's strange to see such underhanded tactics from the Empire. Why steal life energy from people? The Empire wants to break the seals and resurrect the Mana Fortress. They don't need Thanatos for that. All that is certain is that if Thanatos is here, his forces can't be far behind. This land is in danger. This bodes ill. In any case, you should return to Lucas. I'm off to the underground palace.
Alright, see you later. And now Pandora's got happy music. Yeah, we fixed the town. We fixed him right out, didn't we? Well, next time on Secret of Mana, we will take advantage by... I don't know why I keep saying that. Because of the Nirvana song, you know? Alright, see you guys later. Bye.